Hey True Believers, Englentine here with another episode of Comic Book Origins, where we take a look at the very first comic book appearance of any character, villain, superhero, or in this case Star Wars. Its first appearance, Soontir Fel, created in 1997 by Michael A. Stackpole and John Nadeau doing the art. Alrighty, that's about as much of information I found about his creation, so let's just get this party started. While my copy is actually in the Star Wars Rogue Squadron omnibus I had to get, this is the cover of Soontir Fel's first appearance. Well, in all honesty, Soontir Fel's first appearance is a cameo at the back of issue number 1 here, and we see Coruscant, Imperial Palace. You sent them to Brental to die. I sent them to Brental to prevent a rebel invasion. They failed. Rogue Squadron killed them. There were others you could have sent, others who were better. They were your pets. You will avenge them. Wedge's presence won't be a problem, will it? A problem? No. Never had you ordered me to destroy the rogues, I would have. Think of revenge as an extra motivator. Save your games for prestige, Isard. I know my duty. I will do it. Rogue Squadron will die. Dun dun dun. And that's his real first appearance. Now, I guess we got to go to the next issue and find out what his real first story is. The book opens on a rogue squadron, and like in the first issues, they start off by being chastised for chattering. They're really eager to avoid any kind of Imperial confrontation, and they even speak about Endor and how both sides really lost something. Even though it was a victory for the rebellion, they still won at a high cost. And after a little bit of back and forth, the rogue leader decided, what the hell, I'm going to give my team a really good pep talk. And he says, our job is to kill what they want us to kill and avoid being killed while doing it. You make it sound simple and easy, Rogue Lead. At our level, it is simple, but don't ever think it's easy. The only easy thing we get to do is die. And then we met a young lady goes by the name of Koyi Komad, and basically that's this page. After they get out of their ships, it's all about her, talking about her life and why she is on the ship. We cut to what looks like a meeting room / rec room / cafeteria, and they actually bring up Fel. Tycho, the patrol was negative. Any intel come down from the fleet? Only confirmation that the 181st Imperial Fighter Group has reached Brental 4. So, will we be going against Fel then? And we get, are you cold, Phyllis? No, that shiver was for Fel. He was a legend when I was at the Academy. You're making it sound like this Fel is nastier than Darth Vader ever was. From everything my instructors told me, he just could have been. Fel was worse while I was at the Academy at Prefsvelt 4. Best pilot I've ever seen. Well, I heard a rumor that Vader had his TIE prototype made to stop Fel from vaping him in similar battles. What a bucket of hut drool. Take it easy, Plor. I heard that rumor too. It's also told that even though attempts were made that Soontir Fel had not been captured, and it's just this whole page is more, holy crap, this guy's really dangerous. I mean, they're really building this guy up. And then we get to meet him again since his first appearance in the previous issue. As we see Voltan, Brental 4, Bormia Sector. As you can see, Baron Fel, our supplementary defenses are coming along nicely. Some locals protested. I said irrigating on this world was a waste of water. The Indige are filthy rich. Let them import their food, I say. Hardened missile sites, a launch bunker for my fighters. Impressive. Of course, as you wanted, but come away from there. Your inventory is tedious. This world has so much to offer, Fel. You should partake of its treasures before the rebels unleash their wrath. I had thought the purpose of my being here was to curb the rebel wrath. Of course, but there will be time for that later. For now, you should enjoy yourself. Perhaps you should find a Grania entertaining. No disrespect intended, but my wife would not appreciate my indulging in Brental's hospitality. And then they actually talk a little bit of strategy, which Fel said the place that they're in is not really strategically important, so he's going to defend port. But the guy is saying, wait a second, I'm the leader here, you follow me, make sure you're protecting me. And the Fel says, perhaps. And then the guy says, well, do what you wish, and I'll forgive you later. We then cut to, let me get this right, Coruscant Imperial Sanctum, and we see somebody, I thought that was a woman sitting in the chair, but I guess it is a dude. And they're talking about what losing Brental would actually mean to the Empire. But the thought of losing Brental means that the person is underestimating Baron Fel. And then we have another cut to Mission Briefing, Brental Moonbase, Bormia Sector. With Isoto's HQ at Fulton, we will feint at it with Rogue Squadron while Colonel Salm's wing safeguards our strike at Oradon and the spaceports there. So we find out that basically the rebels are doing exactly what Soontir Fel said they would do, which just kind of proves his brilliance. But Akbar here, or at least it looks like Akbar, is saying that he doesn't want a lot of people to die. So if it looks like their forces are being overwhelmed, to retreat. And rogues are saying, we won't run, Admiral. Rogue Squadron never has. This time, though, I would like you to survive. Get to your fighters. We go immediately. Then we cut to Brental 4, where not everybody's on board with Isoto's plan. It goes without saying, sir, that the other pilots and I will follow you if you choose to ignore Isoto's orders. Major Finner, are you suggesting we mutiny? It's hardly mutiny to refuse orders of an incompetent officer. Isoto acts for the Empire we serve. That Empire died with the Emperor. Isoto serves himself and Pistage and Isard. They are not the Empire. The Empire, our Empire, is tasked with saving our citizens. We work for the people of Brental 4. I copy, sir. Still, if you decide to use our firepower to make Brental 4 your empire, we'll be with you. I have not the temperament to be a warlord, Tur. Better you warlord than Isard and Empress. Watch yourself, Tur. Her hearing is very sharp. Begging your pardon, Colonel, but the scum have begun their attack. Let's get our fighters in the air. Good hunting to you, Tur. And you, Colonel, for the citizens of Brental. And then we see the TIE fighters taking off, but we see the X-Wing fighters talking to each other. Jansen, Tycho, break to port and take your flights around to the north. Mind the ground fire. I copy, Wedge. Tycho, shoot past us and we'll pick up the squints, as ordered. And then we see that the X-Wing fighters are really hitting Isoto's city really bad, but they realize, holy crap, for some reason, all the TIE fighters are going to the other side of the planet. They think they're kind of silly, but I'm kind of surprised the writers didn't give them more intelligence to go, holy crap, they figured out what we're doing. Let's go defend the other fighters. We see one of the X-Wings get hit, and the rest of them do their best to get the ship out and into the clear. But then, all of a sudden, somebody else takes a hit, yelling, I'm hit! Everything gone! Punching out! And then we kind of get a lesson on a spaceship here. It cuts to Drayden, Brental 4, Bormia Sector. The Cohen-Sayer BTL-S3 Y-Wing Attack Starfighter, long staple of the Alliance Fighter Corps. The all-purpose craft was proved its worth as a fighter and in its current role as a bomber, noted for its precision. The BTL-S3 model's primary advantage is that the gunner seated behind the pilot is able to use the cockpit ion cannon to find his own targets. Though superseded by the X-Wing, A-Wing, and B-Wing fighters, the Y-Wing has its adherents and is well loved. And in a twist, we find out that it was Soontir Fel who was narrating that last page, because on this page we see, by those of us who make our living in the service to the Empire, as he's blowing up a Y-Wing. Major, have your squadron make a run on the assault carriers coming down. I copy. Alpha Squadron and I will deal with the fighters, he says. We see the TIE fighter flying through the flames. Fel, you must return to Vulcan. We're being attacked. The main assault is on Oradon, General Isoto. We can't break off. They're attacking me. Return here immediately. That is an order. Ignore them, sir. Can't, Tur. Your squadron is our rear guard. Leave the rebels nothing. In the meantime, it seems the rebels are getting similar orders. Alpha Squadron and I will deal with Vulcan. Say again, fleet, you want us to break off? No, can do. I have people down. We copy, pilots down. Rescue assets have been informed of the situation. The area is hostile, fleet. We are aware of the situation, Rogue League. Your recall is ordered now. Come on, IB. Nrin would be skipping his way to cover. We see the soldiers on the ground. Rogue, back to Independence now, as we see the people on the ground trying to find cover. But we have pilots on the ground. Don't worry, Nrin. Someone will find them. We take care of our own. And we cut to Drayden Brontal 4, Bormia Sector, Alliance territory, as we see the pilots talking about how many people they lost and the fact that they're hearing nothing from rescue and that they should be out there getting their men. It felt like forever in the thick of it. The Screen Squadron really tore up the town as they left. Didn't deny us all the supplies stored here, though. I heard they found kiloliter drums of Bacta. We can use it. I just hope there will be enough left for Jansen and Ibsen when they get pulled out. We cut back to the planet where we see the two pilots that were abandoned, and one of them, Ib, is dehydrating and hallucinating, and the other one thinks he sees something. Wait a second. No, it must have been nothing. When all of a sudden a whole bunch of stormtroopers pop out. One actually says, it's not nothing, it's us. Ha ha ha. Well, I'm paraphrasing. And looks like they get captured. The pilots, not the stormtroopers. And back on Coruscant, they heard that Isoto basically called back the fleet and gave up a strategic position to protect his own ass. And they're like, dude, I don't know why they're supporting him. We've got to talk to the right people. We got to get this guy out of there. And we cut back to the Rebel Alliance on Drayden Brontal 4, Bormia Sector, Alliance territory. And we see it's a hospital. Looks like more like a triage. And they're saying, we were lucky the imps didn't destroy their Bacta supply on the way out. They look around at all the injured. They find out that basically they're doing normal triage stuff. Those that can be helped will be helped. And they ask, where'd all the kids come from? An assault shuttle went down and hit a school. Most of the casualties here are from that site. Others, like Lieutenant Care, were in my wing and got shot down. How are you doing, Telsage? Can't complain, Colonel, sir. Well, we heard the battling was pretty nasty. You saw worse at Endor, sir. I'm new, so this was bad enough. We had jamming coming from Orden, so that's where we thought they were. They weren't. They were coming in from above. Kincaid, a Sulistan, was backseating me. He said he got one. I believe him, but they got us. And we see a bit of what he's talking about. Hitting the water hurt me more than the imps. Stove in part of the cockpit, took my leg, my eye, and busted some ribs. I got out of there and made it to the surface and shore somehow. I hope Ken made it out. I haven't heard. I guess he didn't. Droids say they could fix me back. I'll be flying with you in no time, sir. Careful, Lieutenant. Talk like that and Captain Antilles will claim you as a rogue. Rest now, you've earned it. Gutsy people flying with you, Colonel. They're all fighters. And she'll fly again, watch. None of us will ever forget Orden. And I'm afraid some of us will never recover from it. So there you go, gang. The very first appearance, comic book appearance of Soontir Fel. I don't know if he's an EU guy or if this really is his first appearance. I heard he was created in the comics, so I guess it was. I gotta tell you, I'm not a Star Wars reader. I'm really a movie guy as far as Star Wars is concerned, and this was actually pretty good. I gotta tell you, I didn't follow all of the names all of the time, but at least I knew who was on what side and what their motivation was, and that's at least enough. Overall, I think Soontir Fel is a decent character, though. He doesn't seem to be a caricature. He seems they wrote him with a good head on his shoulders, and that's always important if you want somebody to follow somebody cool. So there you go, gang. That's my opinion. What is yours? Let me know in the comments below. I'd like to thank Slitherclaw for commissioning this video, and please click like, share, subscribe, or ring the notification bell if you haven't done it already. And if you don't mind helping out the channel, go on over to Patreon, Ko-Fi, or to members only. Drop $1 in the till. This is the way we're trying to make a living and the way we're trying to keep our lights on. So I'd like to thank everybody who's already done that, and to everyone, all of the true believers, thank you very, very much for watching.